Like across the country in Corozal, while the voter turnout was above 60% in most divisions, the traffic to the polls was trickling at the start of the day, but it picked up around midday and then closed with a bang in the last few hours of polling. Both political parties mobilized their respective machineries to get electors to the 49 polling stations, split between 14 polling areas in the northernmost district. Two divisions came out for and two against, taking the territorial claim to the International Court of Justice for final resolution. An average of 61% of the 6,233 voters from Corozal North voted. This is the division of Lands Minister Ugo Pat. 58% voted yes. Pat attributed this to the machinery.
Remember that this is no political election, this is no general election, this is no village council elections, and so I think the drive is different. As we speak, I always maintain the position that this should be an issue of national interest. It should be an issue where both parties should have joined hands together and not be as divisive as we are. And so in terms of that aspect, Corozal North, I can tell you that the numbers will come out in the afternoon. Traditionally, you would know that people in the morning, they try to do everything that possibly could, get things at home in order, try to make sure that everything is on before making that time to come out and vote.
In Corozal Bay, Area Rep Pablo Marin was not available to the media, but we were able to speak to P.U.P standard bearer David Vega. In that division, only 4,104 of its electors were registered and eligible to vote. 51% of those persons said no.
From the beginning, I think that we read from the people that they didn't want this to be a political thing, which is rightly so. So what we were doing basically leading up to the I.C.J. was informing people where to vote. I am thinking in this process that we did leading to the referendum, I think we need to revamp our education system. We need to make sure that our young people know what the Guatemala claim is. We need to let them know what it means to go to the I.C.J. We need to let them know what ironclad means, what watertight means, and we need to let them know that when you get to the court, there's not always a guaranteed win, you know.
We did have issues with getting hourly figures from the returning officers in Corozal, but we persevered throughout the day, checking in with monitors stationed at polling areas. In the Corozal South, East, and West divisions, we found that the village chairmen were activated in ensuring that residents came out to vote and have their say in a national issue that is also personal for them. There was a 5% gap between detractors and the proponents in favor of going to the I.C.J. 52% said yes. Libertad falls within the Corozal Southwest constituency.
The residents understand that it's a national issue, but somehow the political fever has got in, and we believe that that is what is slowing the voting. Yeah.
Now, how do we motivate them to come out and vote?
That is where our persons, our greeters are doing that, going in the vehicles, trying to convince them to come out, explaining to them that this is a country thing and their vote is very important, because at the end of the day, whatever is counted, that will be final, if it's a yes or no.
The Corozal Southeast area rep is Pablo Marin Jr. of the People's United Party. From exit polling on the ground, it was predicted that the area would vote no overall, and they did by 5%.
The people know that Belize comes first. I think our country needs that the people know that nobody could come and tell you, you know what, these are for you and this is for Belize, and the people know it. San Joaquin has always been a village that take out the people for vote. I, as a chairman, I talk with my people to think first before casting them vote. I did tell them, think about your country, think about your children, because on the day for tomorrow, these are for your children. So you vote in thinking about your family.